Mama, there goes that man. Ladies and gentlemen, Terence Garvin, Pittsburgh Steelers alum, West Virginia University alum in the building, man. How we doing over there today, man? We good, man?
We feeling good, bro. You know what I mean? Another day, feeling good, blessed. You know? How you feeling? What's the word?
Man, I'm over here feeling good. You know, I had to deal with Deke. He was a little extra excited about the Super Bowl because he pointed out to me that a Pitt guy won the Super Bowl by beating a West Virginia guy. Yeah, and when I told him that you was going to be on the line today, he was like, "Oh, great! Tell him hell to Pitt." And I was like, "Okay, Deke, I'll relay that. I'll relay that message." He called it foreshadowing for the backyard brawl. I think that's what he told me verbatim.
Oh yeah, the defensive line missed out.
You feel like that was a Pitt guy winning the Super Bowl over a West Virginia guy.
I mean, it was Quentin Spain. It was Quentin Spain versus Aaron Donald.
Exactly. That was the main storyline.
That's what they said, man.
Those were the headlines the next day all over ESPN.
That's what Pitt said. That's what Pitt said. That man should have won MVP of the Super Bowl. What you mean?
Oh yeah, how do you had AD at one?
Yeah, how'd you feel about that, man?
No love for Stafford at one?
No, I had AD. Wait, I had AD at one when he had 3 sacks.
That boy was cooking.
He was killing. That third down play was a career. That was a changer,
bro.
That tackle. Nobody talks about that play.
Bro, that was a monster play.
Oh, he pulled a grown man back. And that was their heavy back. That wasn't their little back. That was their heavy back.
But how you feel about it not being Joe Mixon? No.
I think I heard it from what I've read, everything I've seen. It looked like they was trying to rush the play and get it in.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you call a timeout there. I'm not sure how many timeouts
they had. Two. They had two. That was the frustrating part, bro. I was like, man, I want to go with my guy. If I'm a die, let me die with my guy. I don't want L. Bill on the sideline. Let me have him out there, please.
But that was their heavy guy.
Yeah.
You know. That's a heavy guy. 31. Let's try to hurry up. I don't know if I'm in the other D tag. You know, we talked about this. I said they got a D line. They got some guys over there. We forget their names that are dogs.
Mm-hmm.
That other D lineman was a dog. But I don't know if I run an AD at that situation. Like, you know, and I understand he's more vulnerable in the run game.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't know if I run at him in that situation. And I know I'm the Monday morning quarterback. But
we all are.
I look at stuff like that now, especially now. Like it's a game of matchups.
Yeah.
So I just don't know if I run at him in that situation. Like I probably do call the timeout and let's regroup. Let's figure it out. See what we can work.
Mm-mm. Nah, AD though, man, he was that dude. But yeah, Deke definitely wanted me to start the call off with that though. He was just like, "Yo, hell to Pitt," because AD definitely fried Quentin Spain on that play.
Even like that.
He even he freeze framed it, screenshotted, and put a heart around. I said, "Yo, you are wilding today."
I'm sure. But I mean, Westview, you know, I've told you we're gonna sing Country Roads in the stadium. There's nothing else.
Hey, it's happening soon. I cannot wait, man. But we want to start the day off with, though, you know, we've been hearing about this Kyler Murray situation, right? Because obviously the Steelers are in the market for quarterbacks, and anytime any quarterback is mentioned to be available that is good, people get intrigued.
Man, I can read it. Jameis Winston to the Steelers.
I've seen that as well,
there's
man.
Probably like 10 quarterbacks.
I've seen that as well. But how do you feel about this whole Kyler Murray situation, man? We're seeing obviously the Cardinals. You know, sources said that they had issues with his leadership and maturity. Then obviously Kyler Murray responds back, you know, obviously giving some credence to those claims, but at the same time saying that he's more so focused about improving himself and things like that. Is he a guy that if you're the Steelers, you would be interested in trying to acquire?
He's a guy. If you're anybody, you're interested in trying to acquire. He's a guy. He's a guy. He's a player in this league. He's a winner. He's a born winner. He's a true winner. Nobody has it all. That's the whole thing they always say. Nobody has it all. So it's interesting. His height's kind of been his knock, but he's totally shattered those type problems. He's been able to get the ball out well. He's been able to have a successful career so far in the league. I think that offense that Cliff runs up there is fit to him, you know? So it would be interesting to see him go somewhere else, how he would totally, per se, adapt other places and how they would change their offense for him.
Yeah.
But he'd be a great Steeler, obviously. Wait, I don't see that happening. I just don't see nothing happening out of Arizona. I don't see him leaving Arizona. He's still under contract, so for him to have to leave Arizona, it would have to be a trade situation, correct?
Yeah,
So,
because it's year 3 for him right now.
Hey, he's going to deplete your team if you have to trade for him.
How much you think it costs, man? What?
How much is he going to cost?
Yeah, how much you think that deal costs to get a guy like him?
Well, all right, so let's look at it. Matt Stafford went for what, 2 firsts and a player?
Yeah, 2 firsts and Jared Goff.
We counting golf?
Which are we counting golf? Oh my God!
I'm saying, but you still had to let go of your quarterback who took you to the Super Bowl. I don't care how you cut it.
So 2 firsts and a Mason.
2 firsts and a.
But he's right. I mean, golf has higher value than Mason.
I would agree.
Ross,
I would agree.
Golf
went to a Super Bowl. Yeah.
I'm talking about 2 firsts.
That's for Stafford.
A second, 2 firsts, a second, Mason, and
who's more valuable right now? Or not right now, but who would have been more valuable? Matt Stafford during that time or Kyler Murray right now?
I think it's Kyler due to age.
Kyler Murray right now.
Yeah. So it's gonna probably cost way more than that. Then
he's gonna be almost too expensive. It's the same thing I'm saying about this Aaron Rodgers stuff. He's too expensive to trade for. Like if you trade for him, you deplete your whole team.
But is it slightly different with Kyler because he's so much younger and you would have him for at least the next 10, potentially 15 years, whereas with Rodgers, it's a lot shorter.
Different. He's younger on top of that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need 2 firsts. I'm gonna ask for a Minka. I'm gonna ask for, I'm gonna try to deplete your team because this is Kyler we're talking about.
Yeah,
and he's coming back asking.
Yeah.
And he's about to ask for more money.
Because he won 40. You know that's what it is.
He won 50.
Probably. 40 was the floor. You know that. That's where he's starting at.
I don't even think I'm looking in that direction. I'm going to let them have that talk, Also, I don't know. Unless you're ready to just be like, in Kyler we trust. It's a lose-lose situation because if you bring him over there, it's like, yeah, you grabbed Kyler, but you once again, like I said, depleted your team. Yeah. So now especially I can imagine Steeler Nation, the criticism he would get, because it'd just be like, yo, we traded everything for you. Why aren't you winning? Yeah. So he would have, it would bring him into a hostile situation, especially in Steeler Nation. Like it just would have so much pressure on him that I don't think he has all that in Arizona. I think it's a little bit cool out there.
So it's definitely chill out there. You know that. Yeah. Come on, now. Them expectations are nothing like Pittsburgh, man.
Different monsters. So
yeah.
I don't see the Steelers getting in that combo. Once again, I see the Steelers getting in the draft. I think they're going to draft.
Do you have a preference? Is that your main preference, draft, as opposed to sticking with Mason, Haskins? What about even picking up a free agent?
Sure. But that's putting a Band-Aid on it, you kind of see what Mason has in all reality, or you can see what Dwayne Haskins has for a little bit. But, I'm hearing the Mariotas of the world.
The Jameis Winstons. Yeah.
That's cool. What are you I just think they're going to draft him. I think your best bet is to go in the draft and mold one into your new, I don't want to say your next Ben, but you want to try to mold one. You want to try to get one that's in the culture, that's of the culture, and you want to try to grow him up. You want to try to make him your Steeler quarterback.
Now but what about this name that I keep hearing? Whether it's in the chat, whether it's, mumbled around other NFL circles, Deshaun Watson. What about him?
I love Deshaun. Deshaun's one of my favorite quarterbacks. I think he's this quiet assassin out here that nobody's talking about. Like when they talk about all the quarterbacks and projected championships for next year, and I heard we done made Pat Mahomes mad already, but I'm like, Deshaun's still around here. He's a dog. He's a born winner. He's got an arm. He can run. He's got everything you want in a quarterback. He's honestly one of my favorite quarterbacks. Like I've loved him since Clemson. I just love Deshaun. And it's I don't know. It's interesting. I think if anybody could weather that storm, I think the Steelers and Mike Tomlin could weather that.
And see, I would agree, especially being here with the Vic situation, right?
The Vic situation.
Absolutely. We saw it firsthand how crazy it was all around us. But yet within that building, we were calm. I mean, we were able to maneuver through that. So what I ask is this: if you would make that move for a Deshaun, Do you do it now when his market is as low as it can get because these allegations are still around, or do you wait until everything is completely cleared? But then obviously we know that market is going to shoot back up.
No, you do it right now. You do it yesterday. You do it, you do it. I think that I kept saying, I think that's the guy. I think if you trade for one, that's who you trade for, especially with all the drama.
And what do you think that market would be there for him, for Deshaun?
And that's where it gets interesting because at the same time, he's still Deshaun. And I think the Texans know that. They took their time with this situation. They have been in no hurry. They got a new coach in there.
Yeah.
And he wants to reconcile all the problems. So it's like, I think they asked for something. I'm not just giving you, if I'm the Texans, I'm not just giving this away once again. Right? I'll take my time with this again. I'm not just, because this is a franchise quarterback. At the end of the day, that's all teams are looking for is a franchise quarterback. So I think Texans to the Steelers actually works. Different divisions and whatnot.
Because he's still on the active roster. They haven't put him on any exempt list. He still got paid, his contract, everything. It was just they weren't going to dress him. And obviously he's already made it clear that he does not ever want to play for them again anyways. So that's the part where I'm just like, this situation, the longer it goes, it's definitely worth monitoring even more because like he's too dynamic of a player, too good of a player to just kind of like forget about,
I think with all the drama going around with the Flores type drama and whatnot, them hiring Lovey will kind of, I think it will make things a little bit interesting. I'm not gonna say it's gonna change his mentality, but I think it will kind of give him a brief little intervention, if you call it that. It might be too high up. It might be too much. So it's, I still gotta go. I was seeing rumors to the Vikings. I seen a rumor to the Bucks.
Okay.
The Bucks would be a great landing spot. I think he has a little bit of control on where you trade him to too. But I just think every time I think about it, every time I speak on it, I think Pittsburgh would just be a great landing spot for him, and I think it would be a great landing spot for them, if that makes sense. I just think the match would really work. I just would be curious. I think you'd have to give up a first. Or at least.
Oh, you definitely would. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to give up a first and maybe a second. He's probably not the price point that Matt Stafford was at the time, but probably just a touch lower, like probably a first and second, maybe a player, or maybe a first and a third.
Jeez. If he gets cleared, though, I think
if he gets cleared, he goes back up.
Of Absolutely, type of thing.
Absolutely.
He's just, it's worth it. I think that's worth it. I think you're that first round quarterback you were looking for if you trade that away. It probably would take something else getting involved. Like there probably have to be some type of 3-way trade, and you'd have to get a first from somebody else, and send something somewhere. Potentially, I don't think Mason's stock is just as low as everybody thinks. I think he has a little bit of value. So I think you could kind of try to leverage that right now if you could let people know, because I don't want to say he's been hidden, but you haven't seen who he is, and he still is a drafted quarterback. He didn't have he comes in and plays decent. He plays well, so it's not like he doesn't have any type of stock. Somebody might believe in him. The Vikings, somebody like that. So it's like you can't. You might could leverage something, do some type of 3-way trade, get somebody else's second, and then package that up and then ship all that out.
Yeah.
It's interesting what the Steelers are doing right now because they're in transition mode with their GM. So it's interesting to see how many moves they're even, I don't want to say attempting to make.
But like, what's the direction they want to go in when they don't even know who's going to be the guy taking over? Yeah. Because like you said, if it's somebody in-house, then you feel like the message will continue to be what it already is. But if it's a Louis Riddick type, or if it's some of these other guys that we've seen linked to the team in terms of interviews, then who knows their approach? Who knows how aggressive or conservative they could be? So, yeah.
Right. So it's like, it's interesting. They're in such a state of limbo in such a hot time. So it's like, how are you trying to handle it? I think, and I keep saying, I believe it's just going to be in-house for those type reasons. because you have to keep moving. This thing keeps moving. It's moving every day.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of have a little idea who they want to go with and how they want their program to keep being run. And that's kind of going to determine what does all these moves right now. Because you have different options, but these options don't last forever. Like, you have to be having little talks. You have to be in motion right now. So
we're going to transition to the draft a little bit. Before we get into different positions, who do you like at quarterback then? You mentioned Steelers maybe drafting a dude and molding him to the franchise, to the organization. Who do you like for the Steelers most?
At quarterback?
Yeah, quarterback.
What's Willis? What's from Liberty?
Malik Willis? Yeah. Okay.
Malik Willis. I like Malik Willis. The pig guy is cool. He's cool. You know, I can't.
The pig guy.
He's cool.
It'd be a good storyline.
I'll be interested how that, like, and I know the NFL you can play.
I just love the little rivalry. That boy said the pit guy. I'm not even mentioning the pit guy. You know that one.
He deserves some more respect
that
than
that. I think Michigan be like that team up north.
Like, yo, that is crazy. The pit guy. Yeah.
Not like he just third
He's not my favorite. Like, and that's no bias towards Pitt. I just don't love his transition. Like, I think he'll be a good player in the league, but I think you have that in Mason. Like, I don't mean to be like that. He just feels like a Mason to me. Like, he's a good player. That he's just local. He's a hometown hero. So I think being from around here, we hear about him a lot. I think he's somebody. He almost feels like a Tannehill to me. Like somebody.
Okay.
You know,
right situation can make it work. Yeah.
Yeah, an athlete who got back there. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I feel like Pitt is building like the Titans. That's their method right now in drafting that running back last year. Like, we talked to him. So it's like, if you draft a running back, you're basically saying you're committed to the run. You came up and drafted this man early last year. So I just feel like the most important thing, obviously, is a quarterback, but they got to address that line. I think that line is really the heart of the situation right now. I think you got to get people who can move people off the ball and create running lanes for maybe a Pickett to be your quarterback and be able to hand it off 26, 27 times and play action fake it.
Right.
Throw the ball 12, 15 times and get out of there. But, you know.
Now,
it's just, yeah.
Now, quick question, because earlier we were talking about Todd McShay. He had just released his mock draft, and it had the Steelers actually moving up from 20th to 17 to get Malik Willis, right? Get that quarterback. But it had them giving up their first, a third, and potentially a later round pick as well to get Malik Willis. So since you've said that, if you're saying that you would take him if that was the quarterback you're going to draft, would you give up that to go get him? And like I said, you're moving up 2 spots because essentially they're saying to move up in front of where the Saints are. The Saints pick at 18, but they have them taking Matt Corral because they obviously are going to go quarterback as well. So if you love a Malik to that extent, are you willing to give up that to go get him? And do you think that his future is worth those picks as well?
I don't think you move up. I don't think you give all that up for 2 picks. I don't think just that much a discrepancy between these quarterbacks. Now, I'm not seeing the Senior Bowls. I'm not seeing things like that. I've seen some of these players. I've seen different things. But I don't think super a discrepancy between – I don't think we're talking about, like, I don't want to say life-changing game. Like, to me, it seems like you're not – it doesn't hurt you to get a Matt Corral.
Right.
Because once again, the name of the game right now is – and obviously, yes, we're trying to build for the future to where you're trying to get your quarterback the quarterback of your career. But you just, like I said, you're committed to the run. You basically said last year, we're going to run the ball. So, you know, if you get a Matt Corral and you can get a dog in the next round at lineman, you know, or maybe you don't get that. Maybe you go get Jameis if the Saints are going to pick that. You see it? Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's different options, and maybe you come back next year for a quarterback. So, I mean, I wouldn't give away my future for potentially not the future. If that makes sense.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
They could be in competition.
Yeah,
what you're saying. Like,
and that was definitely kind of our
quarterback.
sentiment.
They might not even start this year. They're in competition with Mason and Haskins. And why are we spending a first round pick on the QB? You know?
Yeah, I'm not giving away all that future for somebody that potentially might not be the future. You know?
That's a good way to put it.
No, absolutely, man.
That's a good little slogan.
Absolutely. So, with that being said, then we had talked about some linebackers as well. We were talking about potentially, because this team, we don't really know what their plan is for Devin Bush and Joe Schobert. Looking at both of the contracts, there are some enticing things about both of those guys, whether you're talking about moving or releasing either of the two, just in terms of like the cap savings and stuff like that. But if you go that route, then obviously you are going to probably be having to draft a linebacker earlier or get one in free agency. So we were looking at this inside linebacker draft class, guys like Nakobe Dean, obviously Devin Lloyd from Utah, Chad Muma, guy from out of University of Wyoming, those type of guys. But just wanted to hear from you, man, in terms of your thoughts on this inside linebacker class, and who do you like and how do you rank these guys, man, in a sense?
I think it's another inside linebacker class. Yeah. Position is so generalized now. The game's truly about the rush and cover.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like they're valued like a running back now, where it's like, can get you a good inside linebacker, or it's like you can move you a safety down and really just tell them how to run and hit. It's a game out here. It's about being able to cover. I love Nakobe Dean, root to the book, by the way. I love Nakobe Dean. I like that guy. What's his name? Christian Harris out of Alabama. I like him. I think he comes from obviously a pro program.
Yeah.
Being with Nick Saban and all. I think he's a player though. Like, I went to the Alabama Auburn game. I liked him. I like how he plays. He controls the defense. Physical. He can move. What's the guy's name? I think his name is Quay Walker.
Oh, Quay Walker. Yeah, out of Georgia.
Yeah, I liked him a lot. And I seen some clips.
Do you like him over 41 over Tyndall?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're all right there.
Yeah, I mean, because those were the two that were rotating and stuff like that. I kind of lean a little bit more 41. I just like how, man, my man arrived with like crazy bad intentions, and he looks so fast, dude. Holy cow.
I mean, 17 was the dog in there.
Oh, yeah, 17 was that dude, though. Absolutely.
This is my argument. I don't want to be like this.
Uh-oh.
Inside guy. I'm an inside guy. I love inside. They had 9 dogs, 10 other dogs on that defense.
I agree.
So is it hard to see exactly what you got on that defense when you have all those dogs over there?
I agree. No, I definitely agree.
When all you have to do, 99 was huge. What he was,
bro, he cleaned up everything. Like you couldn't run inside past that man, and when you did, that's when you got Dean, Quay Walker, or Tyndall smacking stuff, bro. It was filthy watching them.
Running is your lanes in there. It makes your game different. When you come up here, you might got to share a blocker or two. It's a different game. So, I like Quay because I seen this physicality. You look like a leader out there.
Oh, okay. What's he like Quay? Let's go.
I like that. You look mature. You look like a leader. I seen him in the Senior Bowl go make some plays on special teams. I don't know the things you got to keep up with.
No, facts. He definitely did.
Yeah. So don't sleep. I think he's a play. I think he's a guy that's like a new world Vince Williams, like KJ Wright-ish type traits. Like, I think he's somebody that helps your team out.
Yeah.
So you like him maybe like second, third roundish?
Like, how do you feel about him? Yeah.
Because how do you feel? Like, Devin Lloyd's still like that guy. Devin Lloyd, or we talk about
me,
Nakobe
yeah. I was going to say, for me, I love Devin Lloyd the most.
Dean is that boy.
See, Nakobe is fire, but for me, I love a guy that can not just cook on the inside, but my man Devin gonna walk out there. He cooking them left tackles too. That's what I've seen, and just the ability to, all the interceptions just right around the line of scrimmage, being able to jump up, time some of that stuff up, man. Like, he just looks like a freaky athlete, crazy productive. I think his ceiling is higher, but I think Nakobe is already pro rare. I think he comes in and he is your green dot 10 plus year starter at inside. Whereas I think though with Devin, like, a year, maybe, and then he takes that like crazy leap of being that freaky, just game changer, almost Ryan Shazier type player on the inside, man.
Oh,
Like that's what I feel like when I watch Devin, man. I feel like he's that type of athlete, bro.
oh, oh, those are big words. I hear you.
I know, bro, but you watch him, bro. Like he does that. He does that, bro. I'm watching him in coverage. I'm like, yo, he's rangy. He's smacking stuff. He backdoor. He'll go over the top, like. But then he go out there. He rushing that passer though. He's not blitzing. He's rushing the passer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're gonna make me go back and do some more homework. Like,
yeah. Just check him out a little bit, man. Just check him out a little bit more, baby.
You're gonna make me go back and look. You done said some big words out there.
Listen. I didn't watch a ton of Utah during the season, so when everybody was bringing up, I'm like, bro, he ain't nicer than the Kobe. I don't want to hear this. Until I started watching just Utah game. I said, oh. This is what's going on out here. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
I've seen some Utah. I mean, I think he's an athlete for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I think he fits what you're looking for. And like I said, this new era of inside linebacker. It's just I don't mean to keep doing it, but it's just a position. Like, we're just like, you know, I just still stand on. You can bring a Terrell Edmonds down and have a very nice linebacker. You know, I just really believe that. I just think nowadays you can bring you a safety down and build that up, and you get the same athlete for not as high as a pick. Like, I think they'll go high for sure for this. I hear you with the ceiling and all. Right. I just don't think there'll be a run on inside linebackers. Like, you might can steal a really good one in the third or fourth.
Yeah. Well, because right now with the mocks, they just have Dean and Lloyd going pretty much back to back in some fashion within that top 10 to 15 range. Yeah, so outside of them two, everyone else has pretty much been second, third time frame.
I don't know who out here so much needs the inside. Who needs the inside?
Well, who did they have mock to right here? Was it New York? Was it the Giants and who else? The two inside guys.
Dean? Dean went 15 to the Giants, and then Devin Lloyd was 9 to the Broncos.
Broncos, yeah.
Yeah, so top 15 for both of them.
I think if that would be the case, I think Devin Lloyd would have a better. It's a lot of pieces over there.
Oh, in Denver, absolutely, yeah. He'll get out there in Denver.
Yeah, it's a lot of pieces out there. You just want to try to bring him into a situation where he can just plug and play. You know, I think one of the weaknesses like Devin Bush was personally having last year, and I think he was coming off of an injury. He got a lot of criticism. I think he'll be better next year, getting a year of health, getting another year of off season. But I think one of the big things for him was getting off of blocks, finding a way to find the ball.
Very true.
I think that's kind of the thing, the transition from college to the league. I think college, you're more running. You're filling lanes. You're scraping. If you got speed in college, you got it. It's like run and hit, truly run and hit. While in the league, you kind of got to read a little bit more, then use your speed to run and hit. So it's just interesting. You want to try to have the right pieces around so that you can get as much college flow as you can possibly. Think about it, like Isaiah Simmons struggled his first year in the league, and he's super just run and hit. He's got that Devin Lloyd type game. You know? So I see what you see. That's the new era of linebacker.
It is, though, man. It is.
The new era of linebacker. I just personally love Dean. Like, I just love his style. I see the leadership in him. I see the passion in him. He got that look in his eye when you look at him. I like that. I just like what he gives you. I like what he brings. I don't love his height, though.
I was about to say, any concerns with the size?
I don't love his height. He gives me a little, and that's the only thing I go back to. I fear is they got 9-10 dogs on that defense. You know, straight dogs that they'll.
Yeah, like how does Nakobe Dean look if he was in Devin Bush's position last year with our defensive line?
Let me tell you, I love, as a human, Jarvis Jones. That was my man. I came in with
Bloody J. Come on, man. Big time love for Bloody J, man.
Salute Jarvis. That's my guy.
Hey, Jarvis got him a national championship too. You see, he on that staff with them Georgia Bulldogs. Let's go.
Salute.
Yes,
he was on the defense with 10 dogs on that Georgia defense.
Yeah.
That it just gives it gives you a different flow when your job is eat.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's not coming here. I know it can't go there. I know it.
It's gotta come here. This is the only place it could go. Yeah.
It's just different. Whoa, like,
This ball ain't getting outside this 5 technique. He ain't hitting this in this A gap. All right. If it's gotta come here, this the only place this ball can hit right here. Yeah.
it's gotta come here. It changes your game. So, I just it's such a position, like it's just not the spot no more. It's not like you're looking for Ray Lewis in there. It's not like you're looking for this life changer. You just want somebody who can come in there, honestly, and just get to the ball.
Yeah.
You want somebody who can cover more than anything. I think that's the main value of it.
Yeah.
Can you cover? Because that's the world we're in. Like, they'll kill you with these tight ends, and then, they'll expose you. So,
No question.
You cover, or you just end up moving a safety down on third down anyway. So it's kind of like, don't spend too much value on the position, because how much is it really going to be out? We started to see Devin Bush come off the field. Yeah.
This is true. This is definitely true. And that was not what we wanted, though.
That's not what you
wanted. That's not why you move up to get a guy at 10. So, yeah.
No, move up.
Yeah.
But the position is just so different now that it's like, I personally would never move up unless it's just a life changer to get a guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel like Nakobe Dean is that? I know you've been very high on him. Do you feel like he's that type of guy?
He's not.
Devin Lloyd.
Devin Lloyd, he potentially could be. I'm a Nakobe Dean guy, like I said.
Yeah.
He potentially could be, but I just don't think either. I don't see nothing that's just that position. It's just the position. It's almost like a running back almost.
Yeah.
No.
Nah, I can respect it, man. I can respect it. But shoot, man, this was a blast right here, baby. We're gonna have to do it again like we always do, man.
It, bro.
Definitely.
My dog, man. Well, shout out to my locker mate, my homie. You already know what it is, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Terence Garvin. Appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you, bro.
All right. Peace.
Peace.